It's time for the River City Reviews, featured on Morning Joy every fourth Monday at 7:45 a.m. I am your host, Erica Ramjohn. Each month, I will be bringing to you new businesses, new people doing exciting new things in and around the River City. The River City Review show is actually sponsored in part by Solid Solutions. Solid Solutions is a financial coaching business helping clients reach financial stability. And this River City Review show on this beautiful Monday morning is always excited and we are always excited to bring new guests. And this is a new guest for me. She's going to be telling you some new and exciting things happening in and around the River City. Miss Keisha Doby. Keisha Doby, CEO of Community Education Options. Welcome to the River City Review Show, Keisha.
Thank you, Ms. Ramjohn, and thank you for having me on WRVS.
Excellent. We are so happy to have you because what you're going to be talking about is going to be interesting to a whole population, let's say. CEO of Community Education Options. We are going to launch right into it. You are the owner of this business, and let us know a little bit of what Community Education Options is about.
Well, it's easy to remember. I'm the CEO of the CEO. And so what that means is that I want to provide options for our students and families in the River City for their education. So anyone from grade kindergarten all the way up to adulthood, my tutoring company is available. And that was the premise and idea that I created it with, that I wanted to reach anybody and everybody where they were.
And I mean, I like it. I do like it. I just wanted to get a little more details about, you said you wanted to reach from kindergarten to adulthood. What did you see that prompted that entrepreneurial spirit in you to start this tutoring business? What did you see that was lacking in kindergartners to adults? That, where do you see that they need boosting?
Well, not to insult anyone, but I think that basic reading is an area where all of us could use improvement. And so that really is the dividing line and what was the catalyst for me thinking about how can I take my skills as an educator and actually parlay them into a business idea. And so you do what you do best. And I've been an educator for over 28 years. I've been fortunate enough to work with middle, high school. Now I work with elementary school. I've worked in every capacity from teacher to administrator. And now I'm working as a school psychologist. So in this realm, we work with a lot of students that are missing some of those foundational reading skills. And if they're not caught early enough, which we know COVID years did create some delays and gaps, if they're not caught early enough, they can evenly be seen in those that are high school and middle school and even into college. So that was the idea behind coming up with this type of business, to just help people where they are. I do a lot of diagnostic testing to see exactly what level individuals are when they first start working with me. I go back to evidence-based practices through the science of reading and come up with a reading, basically curriculum that helps meet their needs so that they're able to advance and get those additional skills that makes them more confident and comfortable when they're reading individually, independently, and for career choices.
I hate just saying I like that. All that you have just said there is a need. It's a need in a whole lot of people, as you say, from kindergarten to adulthood. And I have to ask you, your mission of this business was motivated by the children or the adults looking towards their future, I'm hoping. So is there a mission statement that you have for your business per se? Not directly, but indirectly, it has become the CEO of your future. Because I do believe that, we are in control of our own destiny with God and with our own choices that we make. However, if we have limitations as far as being able to access that information,
Those are things that we can help ourselves with. And so that's the idea of being the CEO, you know, saying that I have trouble in this area. I don't know certain words. I don't know how to decode. And now that I don't know, is there someone there that's able to help me and willing to help me and, you know, has a heart to help me?
So becoming the CEO of your future, that is fantastic. Community educational options. So one of the options you are saying is you can do it. You can become the CEO of your future. Am I right?
That's a very good way of saying that is an option, that we're making a personal choice to have ownership over our education.
So what are the current hours of your business? Well, how does your tutoring business work? Hours of operation, where do you tutor, location, etc.?
So right now I am lucky enough to work with families either in the home, or I have used the public library. I've also used the library at ECSU. And I just try to, you know, be in a place where we can be surrounded by books and literature right now. So that, you know, there's that interest in reading and that love for, you know, education in a setting that's an educational setting. The hours of operation at this time are primarily in the afternoons. Anytime from 4 o'clock until about 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday. However, there will be some flexibility during the summer. And I'm really looking at what type of summer options are available, because we do have to address the summer decline as far as, you know, people and students losing skills that they have obtained during the school year. So I want to provide those high dosage tutoring sessions, especially during the summer, that will help benefit and keep those skills intact when students return back to school in August.
All right. $1 million question. How do they contact you? How do they reach out to Miss Keisha Dobie, CEO of Community Educational Options? How do they get to you? Do you have a website, phone contact, email address? How do they reach you to say, well, my child may need assistance in this area or this reading area? How do they contact you?
Right now, they are able to contact me by using this phone number, 252-548-7149. And if they're willing to email me, they can email me at keishad73@gmail.com.
Okay, and that's the only contact information you have right now?
At the present time.
Okay. I'm assuming down the road you may be working on a website of some sort, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But for right now, the contact information, they get in touch with you by either calling 252-548-7149.
Correct.
Or your email, say it again.
keishad73@gmail.com.
So now you know, folks. You have heard it right here on the River City Reviews radio show. We will continue with Keisha Dobie and some more questions for her, because this is very interesting and so needed. I've heard other people talk about wanting to do what you are already doing, which is tutoring children and helping them to reach their full potential, let's say, especially in reading. One of my I love to read. Mm-hmm. I've already read 3 books for the year, which is not a lot. I know people who've already read 20. But again, Keisha, welcome back again to the Morning Joy River City Review show. For the listeners out there, our guest today is Miss Keisha Dobie. She is the CEO of Community Education Options. She's the CEO of this LLC corporation, Community Education Options. It's a tutoring business, and she's helping students become the CEO of their future. So, Keisha, do you think there's any one particular thing out of what all that you shared with us that makes this particular business, your education options, do you have anything to show its uniqueness?
Yes, I think what makes it unique is my experience now as a school psychologist, because I've tried to bring in a lot of the mental health components, especially looking at resilience and how do we continue to be determined for our goals. How do we goal set? How do we look at having personal discipline so that we're able to reach those goals. You know, really just thinking about what is it that makes a child whole. And sometimes it's just the lack of confidence that impacts their ability to read. So I really work personally one-on-one. I keep one-on-one tutoring groups. That's one thing I think makes my business unique. I also like the idea of spending time going over what's going on in your life, your day, not to be intrusive, but at least to know where the child is coming from. That's all about that diagnostic assessment and seeing where they are, because if they don't know we care, they don't care how much they want us to learn, you know. And so that relational has to be there in order to get the learning there next.
You hit the hot button. You hit the hot button of what is going on right now in this. Since the pandemic, it actually blew the lid off of it. The whole mental health component of what children especially are dealing with. And you hit on that component as one of the uniqueness of your tutoring business, because people, yes, they tutor the reading, the writing, the math. And now that we know that there's this special component, this mental health component, and you have touched on that. Again, since we don't have a whole lot of time, I do want you to share your contact information quickly again, as well as leave the listening audience with something that is going to want them to pick up the phone and say, my child needs Miss Keisha Dobie's tutoring.
All right. Well, the contact information again is phone number 252-548-7149 and email address keishad73@gmail.com. And why I would love to work with your kid and why I would love to work with you as a family is because I believe that we're growing the foundation for executives, chief executive officers right in the River City. And so that's what I think is unique about my business. And I thank you all for the time just to talk briefly about it.
River City Reviews listeners, so now you know. It's all about community education options. Contact Miss Keisha Dobie. She's the CEO of her business, and she wants to make you the CEO of your future, you and your children's future, especially our youth, especially our children. And again, River City Reviews listeners, Morning Joy River City Reviews will return next month with more of what's happening and sharing, good information, sharing love. So if you are wondering what's up, what's new in the River City, so now you know. Tune in to Morning Joy at 7:45 a.m.